Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock, Drogheda. I'm Nick Park, and with my wife Janice, I was recently in the West Midlands in England, and we were in Birmingham, and then we had an appointment in Northampton. I had to go and visit a friend and a colleague there. And we sort of finished up there about 3 in the afternoon, and we had an evening flight out of Birmingham. We had a rental car, and we said, you know what, let's go and get something to eat somewhere. We decided to go somewhere we'd never been before. So we put in on the GPS Leamington Spa. It's called Royal Leamington Spa, apparently. And we went to Leamington Spa, somewhere I've never been in my life before. And, a great little place. We found a great little Greek restaurant, had a meal before heading back up to Birmingham Airport and flying back to Dublin. But while we were in Leamington Spa, we took a walk around, and there's a great park there. And we love walking beside water. Janice and I have walked beside rivers and streams and lakes and seas all around the world. And there's just something we enjoy about just going on big, long walks beside water. So we went through the park, and we were walking by the river. And we came to this path that led down a slope to the river that is called the Elephant Wash. And apparently the reason why it's named that is because years ago, there was a guy who kept elephants in Leamington Spa. He was an elephant trainer. He would train them for circuses and stuff like that. And he had 3 elephants that he kept there in Leamington Spa. And he was taking them down to the water every day so they could drink and bath. And, elephants love going in a river and squirting water around through their trunks and all that sort of stuff. But it was causing problems for a local church, because a local church was being disturbed. They were trying to worship, and during their services, they could hear the elephants having great fun and splashing and trumpeting and everything else, a sound you probably don't often hear in a place like Leamington Spa. And this was such a distraction. It was disrupting the church services. And so they had to build an alternative place where the elephants could go down to the river and have their bath or have their wash. So they built this pathway, slopes down to the river. It's still there. It's still called the Elephant Wash, which was designed to avoid causing a distraction to the church service. Now, the way we deal with distractions in church is actually very important, because I've seen people get distracted and annoyed at all kinds of things in churches. I've seen people, for example, get distracted at the noise of children in church. And I always have said to church congregations when there's children being noisy, listen, rejoice. Don't get upset at the sound of kids, because I've been in dying churches where there's no more children anymore. And you know what? When you're in those churches, you would long to have the noise of kids, no matter how distracting it might be at times. At other times, there are distractions which are less welcome. Being involved in church planting, I've been involved in situations where we've had people trying to break up services and coming in and screaming abuse at us and heckling me while I'm preaching. And those distractions are a bit more unpleasant than kids making a bit of noise. But how we deal with distractions is important. And what I've discovered is when a distraction takes place, make it a subject for prayer. I find this even in my own private prayer time. When I'm on my own praying and something happens that distracts me, and I can get bent out of shape and say that spoiled my prayer time, or I can start praying for whatever the situation was that came in as a distraction. If it's a noisy neighbor who's making a racket that's disturbing my prayer time, well, maybe that's a good time to start praying for the neighbor. And when something distracts us in church, if an individual is behaving in a way or something's happening outside that's distracting us, then maybe we need to pray. Who knows if that church in Leamington Spa, instead of getting annoyed at the elephants and the noise they were making, had actually prayed for the elephant keeper to come to Christ. That story could have had a very different ending. But then again, I wouldn't have got to visit the Elephant Wash when Janice and I were in Leamington Spa. But let's take distractions as they come, and instead of allowing them to get us all bent out of shape, let's use them to shape our prayer life. Because God allowed those distractions to come. God could have stopped them. So if these distractions are coming and God has allowed them to come, then let's make it something we can pray about that can enhance our worship and our prayer life instead of lessening it. God bless you today, whatever distractions you might face, in Jesus' name. And join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.